Welcome, friends. Today we are doing another first impressions video. Tremendous. And the house that we are doing our first impressions on today is the house of the January Scent Project. Aha! I have been waiting the best part of a year to do this video. Why, you may ask? Because it is the January Scent Project, and this month is January. It would be rude not to. So I decided to do it as such. There are 9 samples in this sample set, which comes in this nice little box. Good paper, good presentation. Comes wrapped in some like tissue paper. I've already unboxed it. It was very fiddly. But good. It's just my giant hands are just not made for such fiddle. And I actually filmed a video, a partial video of it and stuff like that. But I had to start again because I was just all over the shop. I was baffled. That doesn't reflect badly on the brand, though. That reflects badly on my hand-eye coordination. Anyway, inside came 9 samples and some smelly sticks, which is handy, and a card, a nice business card, a note from John Beeble, the owner of the brand. Richard, thank you for your order of samples. I hope you enjoy them. Best, John. Thanks, John. Best to you as well. What else? There was some art. I was sure you said art. The art was tremendous. These little cards, I like stuff like this. You know? I do like stuff like this. This has little, like, they're not postcards. I suppose you could send them as postcards if you wanted to, but they've got the notes on them and stuff like that. But this is Bervuvu, which is just the greatest name in the history of like perfume. Bervuvu, Vuvu, Smolderose, Denudisit, Hauler, Serin, Gong, which is also a great name because I've got a gong, Vaporosindo, Salpernicu, which is another tremendous name, and lastly, but certainly not least, is Eiderantler. So, that was the art, and I quite like those. I must admit, I do like those. Smolderose doesn't have any of the notes on the back, though. But I imagine Smolderose is literally a rose perfume. So, we will see. Now, there are 9. And I have decided to try 5 today, and I'll do 5 the next time. Okay? Usual rules. I will try them on stick, and the ones that impress me on stick will go on skin. And then we will see how it goes. So, the 5 that I have chosen today, oh God, are Bervuvu, of course, Smolderose, Denuda Sit, oh no, Eiderantler, and Serin. Marvellous. So, here we go, friends. It's been a while since I've done this. I mean, I wanted to do them in January, and January came around, and I promptly got the famous ick, you know? I got the famous ick. So I lost my sense of taste and smell, which I thought that's just brilliant, innit? And I thought, well, I'm not going to get to smell them, but fortunately, thanks to a metric ton of zinc, I have managed to get my sense of taste and smell back. It's not perfect, but I can smell now, you know, to a decent standard, you know. I am confident. Where are we? So, which one shall we do first? You pick. Good choice. We will try Serin first. So, let's get the card. Because the card's got the notes on. That's Bervuvu. It really should be more organised, but, you know, I'm not. There's Serin. Oops. Hola, not you. Serin. Go. Vaporin. Salpernicu. Eiderantler. And Smolderose. Smolderose doesn't have the ingredients on the back. Not the ingredients. The Who jars on the back. That's not very good, is it? Anyway, first one, Serin. Serin, incense perfume. Note, marigold, sage, heliotrope, and incense. Let's have a try, shall we? We shall. These are great size samples. I don't know what size they are, but they're fantastic. They've got heft. You know, there could be 3mm, there could be 4mm. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see what the sprayers are like. The sprayers look pretty industrial, so I'm assuming. Oh yes. So far, so good. Absolutely everything's going rather well so far. Presentation, the art, the samples themselves, because some brands from samples are pants. You know, they're just pants. These aren't. Everything's fantastic so far. So let's try. Marigold. I definitely get marigold, and I get the floral nature of this perfume, absolutely. This is, I'm getting almost like a marzipan kind of vibe, you know? Like that white, yellow, white, almost almond, nutty, resiny, piney sort of thing. Not that marzipan smells like pine. It's leaving now as well. It's like, you know, marzipan's quite complex. There's like it's an interesting flavour as marzipan. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's got that yellow. It's got that yellow. Dry kind of vibe. You know how marzipan can get quite dry on the outside. Maybe this is the texture of marzipan rather than the smell. It's got that yellowness to it though, which could be just being brought to mind by the marigold. You know, like the gloves that people use in the kitchen. They're called marigolds. This is really nice. This is really nice. It's a floral incense. It's got something deeper as well. You can tell it's very complex. I'm getting something like a little bit minty. You know, like a little greenness, like a freshness, you know? It's very floral. I'll come back to that. I like that. It's a good first impression. Do you know what I mean? I'm not getting much of the sage yet that I can tell, you know. Like I said, these are first impressions, you know. That's really interesting. I'm glad that doesn't smell like shit indie perfume. Do you know what I mean? A large sigh of relief. A large sigh of relief. In I didn't know whether I was going to say that or not, but there, like a lot of indie niche perfume brands are not very good, to be frank. That smells really good. You know, slight tones when I was talking about it being piney, slight tones and a little bit piney and resiny. Slight. What was I going to say? Not like shades of feeling agile. Excuse me whilst I hydrate once again by surgically tonic, which is never a bad thing. It's not a clone or a copy or a riff on it. It has a vibe, you know. So I'm quite pleased with that. That was a good first impression. Next we are coming to Eiderantler. Eiderantler. Antler. This one has a lot more notes. A lot. An ivy fougere. Ooh. Notes: lavender, green leaves, moss. Lavender, green leaves, moss, pink pepper, lavandin, champa leaf, ivy, elemi, fir cone, hay, oak wood, cashmere, vetiver, and musk. Apparently is green. Released in 2017. Let's have a smell, shall we? The stick. Eiderantler. Cool names. Bervuvu is one of the best names I've ever heard. Oof. Very green. I'm getting fresh hay. Straight like fresh hay. You know, before it's turned yellow, while it's still a bit green. Intense greenness. The greenest of green leaves. Ivy. Verdant. You know, evergreen sort of thing going on. Whew. It smells like a wood. Not like a piece of wood, like the woods. But like on a dark spring day. Maybe just after the rain or something. You know, while it's raining. You know those rainy spring days. It's cool. Oof. That is rich. I'm not sure I could wear this. I imagine big fans of big green perfumes would love it. You know? It's got that darkness to it. It's got a real depth. You know? A real depth. And richness. It's got this almost kind of like sap kind of thing going on. I'm not getting much lavender, I must admit. I'm getting a lot of balsam. I'm getting a lot of green leaves. I'm getting a lot of ivy. I'm getting a lot of hay. And a little bit of wood. Wow. Oof. This is just rank. Dank, even, not rank. Dank. It's starting to lighten up a little bit, you know? The Elamy's starting to come through. Elamy's got that light citric resin kind of thing going on. Very green, very deep. No sweetness to speak of. Not yet, anyway. Okay, we will move on. And next we have Denuda Sit. Sea flowers. I wonder if there's cologne in this. Sea flowers. Notes: bergamot, rue, narcissus, jasmine, caramel, celery seed, ocean accord, oak moss, amber, beeswax, patchouli and vetiver. So the second half of that note breakdown is quite promising. The first half is terrifying. Rue, I don't know what that is. Will I rue smelling this? Who knows? But I wonder what this smells like. Released in 2018 apparently. Can't get over how good these samples are. Okay. Dinudisit. Are you an aquatic? No. No, you aren't. This smells the most indie. This smells the most. This sort of reminds me of what like indie perfume is. Very floral at the top, literally exactly as it says. Narcissus, white floral as well. Jasmine, narcissus. I've got no idea what rue is. I have no idea what rue is. What are you, rue? A sharp herbaceous note with sweet fruity undertones. There is a kind of pointedness. This is deep. And I don't like it. I don't like it for the jasmine, that kind of offness. You know what, the jasmine gives like a warm kind of funk. There are bits to it I like. I like the bergamot in it. I can smell that. I'm getting the beeswax, a little bit of sweetness from the beeswax. It smells very... It smells very broad. It smells... It's not intricate. There are sweeping... Like, if you can imagine, like, waves lapping on a beach, there's, like, sweeping, like, depth to it, you know? Like, the wave will come and then it'll wash back out again. I don't think it's bad. I just don't like it. Like, jasmine, narcissus does that to me. Like, there's no surprises there. I get this ocean thing that's going on. It's not like a cologne sort of thing. It's not like that, you know. It's not like a fresh citrus aquatic. That's not what this is at all. It's clever how it's a riff on that kind of thing, though. You know, it's a very good idea. I'm getting the sweetness from the caramel and the beeswax as well, which has taken the edge off the white floralness. And anything that takes the edge off the white floralness can't be a bad thing for me. If you like white florals, I think you would like that, because it's like a white floral with a twist. It's got this kind of salty, fresh air ozone sort of thing going on. Okay, so January scent project. You have sent me Smolderose, but I don't know which one. This is the eau de parfum, apparently. Okay. So, I do wonder what this is going to smell like, being called Smolderose. John Beeble released this in 2017. Smoke and Rose perfume contains damask rose, bergamot, saffron, roasted seashells, frankincense, elderflower, patchouli, cade, agar wood, and labdanum. Like an ambery sort of thing, are we? Let's have a whiff. I've been impressed so far. Like, with the quality. You know? That is unusual. I'm getting the saffron, definitely. The rose, the elderflower. It smells like we've got this drink in the UK called Schlur. And when we get it, we always get the elderflower version. And I can smell it. I can smell it in this perfume. That's insane. There's a fishy vibe. The roasted seashells. There's a fish kind of vibe going on. A sea water thing, you know? Another dank perfume. There's a dankness to this. There's also a freshness to it. It's contrast. There's light and dark. I don't like this. Like as a personal sort of like taste sort of thing. That seashell thing is just, I don't like seafood, don't like fish. And it's got this thing, it gets, do you know, like in the gutters of your mouth, like in the jowls, you know what I mean? Like below your gum line and your jawline, where your neck is, like it's making us salivate. But I'm not necessarily sure in a way that I want to. For me, the saffron is extremely pronounced. The elderflower, extremely present. The rose is there. The rose feels like it's underpinning it. Very tangy. The saffron does that. I don't like it. It's well made. I will say this, these are well made. These are not, my biggest fear when smelling indie and niche houses now is that they're going to be poorly made. These are not poorly made. These are well made indie perfumes. I may have to add John Beeble to the very short list of indie perfumers that I think are good. I'm intrigued by it. I don't like it, but I can't dismiss it. I'm intrigued. I don't hate you. I just don't like you. I could never imagine wearing you under any circumstance. You're an unusual beast. And I respect it. Anyway, last but certainly not least, we have the card for this one. This is Bervuvu, a man with logs and mushrooms. Doesn't look very happy, does he? He's not impressed. But if I was called Bervuvu, I would be over the moon, like. Let's get a stick. We're going in. I've wanted to smell this for a long time, simply because it was called Bervuvu. I remember Pep from the Sentinel talking about it. And thinking to myself, that is a brilliantly named perfume. And then I remember Galen talking about the house and stuff. And I thought, yeah, I want to smell Bervuvu because it's called Bervuvu as well. I mean, God. Here we go. Bervuvu, cedar, amber and spice. Sounds promising. Good Lord. You see what it's done to the stick? It has blackened the stick. It has darkened it. A load of that. Oh, you can't see it at all, can you? I think you can. It's blackened the stick. Don't spray this too close to white shirts or anything like that. So the notes are geranium, Canadian white cedar, red cedar, Texas cedar, rose, patchouli, ginger, amber, Tonkin musk, mushroom, henna, hey henna, basil, hello basil, honey and castoreum. I'm expecting cedar from those first 3 cedar notes. This smells like instantly I'm taken to Kazemi. Very much like Kazemi, that rose note at the top. But it's dying off now and it's becoming very cedary. As you would expect with 3 different types of cedar in. I'm getting Impression Cedarwood Heart vibes from it. Very much so. Oh. This is nice. This is nice. Oh, that's lovely. That is nice. It's like Impression Cedarwood Heart in that it's using strong cedar and deep cedar and rich cedar. Oh. Woody. You know? A little bit dry. I'm not getting a lot else, to be honest with you. Maybe a bit of geranium with the rose. A bit of castoreum came through there, maybe with some Tonkin musk. I wasn't a fan of the Parfums d'Empire musk Tonkin. I never ended up buying any of those. You know, just none of them was so impressive that I thought, I've got to smell this. I've got to buy this, sorry. I'm getting a bit of funk now. There's definite funk there, you know? Like from the Tonkin musk and the castoreum. A bit of warm furriness. Interesting. Got Kazemi vibes. That rose has definitely got Kazemi vibes to it. It doesn't smell like Kazemi anymore though, but like there's similarities there, you know? Nice. Anyhow, let's go back over them and see what is happening. First off, we smelled Serin, which is the incense one. Yeah, still instantly the first thing I get is the texture of marzipan, you know? And a slight almondy cherry kind of thing too. Not sweet, not cherries, but it's got this aftertaste of that kind of thing going on. Very nice. Very nice. I'd like to smell that on a lady. Young lady. It's not like a woman's sort of thing. You know, it's a youthful perfume. Next up, I think we have Eiderantler. Eiderantler was the Ivy Fougere, most green. That greenness is still there. The hay is dominant for me. Big, dry hay. Green, thin, like not much sweetness, not much citrus at all. I don't even think it pretends to have citrus in it, does it? No. The Elamy's giving off this kind of resiny, light kind of thing, you know. Not sure I'm overly familiar with Champa leaf. You know, it's like Champaca, isn't it? I know Jura Rose is a huge Champaca fan. I'm not. I remember Champaca Absolute by Tom Ford, and I wasn't a fan of that. I'm getting a bit of the lavender now. Lavender's giving it a little bit of creaminess. It's good if you want to try something green and something different. You could try that. These are definitely worth a sample set at least, you know. I would recommend that you smelled these, just to try them. If you're into indie perfumes and stuff like that, you would really enjoy these. Next up was Dinudisit. I don't know where he gets the names from. So, Denuda Sea Flowers. Let's see if it's still as white floral as it was. Oh, yes, it is. There's something of a zoologist about this. One of the zoologists does smell like this. Which one was it? I don't have the sample set anymore. Do I? Maybe I do. I think I do, actually. But there's like a warmth. There's like a warmth that was given off by one of the zoologists. Had this kind of underbelly kind of thing going on, and this is in this, you know. There's a warmth, kind of whiteness, of like a floral, well, obviously like a white floral, bloody hell. A little bit of sweetness too. It's good, it's good. I wouldn't wear it, I wouldn't buy it. I'm not going to try it on skin. Next up, we had Smolderose. Saffron, it's just a huge saffron note. Like a jam, like a saffron jam. Saffron, like 60% saffron, 30% rose, 10% strawberry jam. Some greenness too, you know. This to me leans a bit feminine. That kind of fishy vibe has sort of backed off a lot now that the elderflower is playing nice, you know. Elderflower can have quite a boozy kind of, like a champagne kind of vibe, you know? Smoky. It's coming out with some smoke now too. It's complex. These are quite creative. These are quite like they smell different, you know? There's little bits of other perfumes in here and there, but like none of them are like clones or like they're not copies, they're not rip-offs or anything. They are original compositions. And they're executed quite well as well, like surprisingly well. And last but certainly not least, we have the Bervuvu. Vuvu. Again, first thing straight up is the Kazemi vibe. I get Kazemi from it straight away. It's nice. If I didn't have Kazemi, I would consider buying this. But I do have Kazemi. I've got quite a lot. Doesn't have the dark spice that Kazemi has, you know? It's very good. It's very good. I'm going to try this one on skin. I think I'm going to try Serin on skin as well. Maybe Eiderantler. Oh. We have time though, we have time. Okay. So, how long have we been? Nearly 40 minutes. I have taken my time with these. I've smelled them. I've pleasantly surprised. First thing to say is that it's not like most indie perfume, which is frankly not very good. I hate to say that. A lot of people would say, well, you haven't tried this one, you haven't tried that one. I've tried enough to overgeneralize and say that it's not my thing, indie perfume. These are good. They're very competently made, which is more than you can say for most indie perfume, frankly. They're very creative, very creative. And I have enjoyed smelling the first 5. I will do the second 5 maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Dying to smell Salpernicou, because that's a butter, like a buttery one, like a burned butter. That just sounds really interesting. I'm not hugely into gourmands. I've got a couple. But that sounds absolutely lovely, to be honest. Anyway, I shall take my leave. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. I have enjoyed smelling these. I will leave the sticks out tonight throughout the day to see how they develop. And I will decide which ones to try on skin. And you will see them in my on-skin first impressions. Just remember, these are in first impressions videos. They aren't reviews. They aren't full things, you know. I'm just literally recording my first impressions of them. So, thank you very much, everybody, and I will see you all again soon. Goodbye.